Welcome, Sens Talk.
Russell winds in, feeds it back across the strike, and scores! Brady Tkachuk makes it 2-0. Claude Giroux, in alone, scores!
Tim Stutzel across, Tkachuk score! The captain, Brady Tkachuk, buries it with 1:18 to go.
See you later. Go, Sens, go. Welcome to Sens Talk. My name is Brandon Plant, and I am your host. Tonight, Ottawa took on the Columbus Blue Jackets in the Ultimate Tank Bowl as the two worst teams in the Eastern Conference battle for draft lottery supremacy. This is one of those games where I don't mind if the Ottawa Senators lose. Look, I'm not saying I'm cheering for Ottawa to lose. That has never been the case. I will never cheer against the Ottawa Senators. This is my team through thick and thin. But if we lost, I can't control that, right? So if we lost, let's just say I wouldn't mind it too much, because obviously Columbus is one of those teams that we're battling for, that top draft pick. And by the way, we'll be doing a tankathon spin at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But no matter the result, I'm just excited to watch the game. So let's just jump right into it, because frankly, this was a fun game. After basically not much going on, a lot happened at the end. So let's just jump right into it. So a couple lineup changes. Firstly, Parker Kelly returns after his 2-game suspension. In a corresponding move, Yuri Smejkal will be sent down to the Belleville Senators. I get it. Belleville is in a playoff chase right now. They're in a playoff spot. They don't want to fall out of that spot. They want to make the playoffs. I do understand it, but Yuri Smejkal looked fantastic. He looked fantastic in that short stint, especially offensively. He looked really more comfortable offensively, especially compared to his first stint in the National Hockey League. So for Yuri Smejkal, this is a guy that clearly is trying to prove he's a National Hockey League guy. Some people might say that he's going to go over to Europe after this year. I think he stays around in North America at least for one more year. Push for a roster spot on a National Hockey League team, because I think he has the skill to be a good fourth-line guy. So it really does suck that he got sent down. Once again, I do understand it. Belleville is in a chase for the playoffs. They want to have a healthy lineup, especially considering the amount of injuries they're dealing with down there. But once again, it does suck, because he definitely deserves a spot right now on this roster. He played fantastic. The other lineup move is Anton Forsberg will be starting in net for the Ottawa Senators. Let's just say Forsy stood on his head today. So let's get right into it. Ottawa is looking to win back-to-back games, and things are not looking good early on for that to happen. 15 seconds in, the captain for Columbus, Boone Jenner, with his 20th of the year to give the Blue Jackets the 1-0 lead just 15 seconds in. That's the 16th time this year. Yeah, 16 times this year alone, Ottawa has given up the opening goal on the first or second shot of the game. That has to be some sort of National Hockey League record. I cannot believe that stat. That is absolutely insane. I don't know what's more insane. That stat, the fact that Ottawa 16 times this year has given up an opening goal on the first or second shot, or the fact the Ottawa Senators have 0 wins. 0 wins in the Western Hemisphere. That is, I don't know. That's a tough one. Let me know what you guys think down below. I don't know which one's crazier, but they're both crazy in their own different ways. But yeah, so Columbus would lead 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Elvis Merzlikins was fantastic in that first period of play. Ottawa, they could have sat back and just, let it go after that opening goal for Columbus. But no, they stepped up and they pushed back against Columbus to really, get some good chances in that first period. But, Elvis certainly was not leaving the building in that first period, as Merzlikins was fantastic. As we go to the second period of play, and a goalie battle starting to develop as Anton Forsberg makes some huge stops in the second period of play as well. And we'll talk about in the third period, those saves would continue for Forsy. But same for Elvis Merzlikins, who also makes some huge saves as Ottawa continues to be down by 1 after 40 minutes of play, while outshooting Columbus by 10, 28-18 after 40 minutes of play. The goalies are standing on their heads, and Merzlikins alone is one of the key reasons why Ottawa has a donut on the scoreboard as we speak at this point in the game. So we go to the third period of play, and just over 5 minutes in, after frankly a ridiculous call on Brady Tkachuk, ridiculous call. He was tying up Gaudreau. That's not a hook. You can't tie up your guy suddenly when he has possession of the puck. Ridiculous call. Columbus takes advantage. Alex Nylander would score off a rebound to make it 2-0 Columbus. It's another tough goal here for Forsberg off a bounce off a Senator player that went right to the Columbus player. Just similar to the first one where Sanderson turned it over. Giroux kind of turned it over here. Forsberg had a rebound go off of him, right to Nylander, who jammed it home. No one out front to cover him. For whatever reason, the Sens still don't have anyone covering guys in the slot. Cannot explain that one to you, as Columbus would lead by 2, but that would be short-lived thanks to a fantastic stop by Forsey. Anton Forsberg, just over a minute later, makes a huge glove stop with authority. Anton Forsberg stretching from right to left with an unreal glove stop. Grand larceny, potentially the save of the year. Certainly his best save of the year for sure. Keeping Ottawa only down by 2 with still 15 minutes to go in the third period of play. But what a stop by Anton Forsberg. And that might have been the TSN turning point. Less than a minute later, Ottawa gets on the board. Claude Giroux, G-Money is money. His first in 14 games. Ottawa's down by 1. An unreal pass here from Boris Tkachuk. After great board work from Mark Kaslik to feed Tkachuk, Tkachuk sees Giroux drive into the net for a clear open lane pass. He feeds him, no mistake about it. Ottawa down by 1. Claude Giroux, as I just mentioned, his first goal in 14 games. Not to say that he hasn't been producing, though, for Ottawa. He's been generating a lot of apples, just not putting in the back of the net as of late. Let's just say, not spoiling things, he would score plenty today. But yeah, so he would get that goal. Big one there for Claude Giroux, who's always doing something for Ottawa in a positive way. And shout out to Boris Tkachuk, by the way. I've been on the bandwagon for Boris Tkachuk before he was even claimed off waivers from Chicago. So if you're not on the Boris Tkachuk train, it's time to join. Choo-choo! We're about to leave the train station, so you better join. But a great pass there for Boris Tkachuk. Congratulations to him on his first point as an Ottawa Senator. Well-deserved. He's been fantastic, as I mentioned in my last video. He had 6 hits. He's really trying to prove something to the Sens management. So far, so good on that. 3 or 4 minutes later, Ottawa continues the momentum, and Timmy Stu is suddenly hot as Tim Stützle puts it home. 5-hole pass for Merzlikins. We are tied in Columbus as Ottawa strikes back-to-back in less than 5 minutes in the third period of play. Timmy Stu with goal number 16 on the year as he beats Elvis Merzlikins 5-hole on an unreal feed from Jacob Bernard Docker to tie the game at 2. We need to see far more of this from Ottawa's defenders on the blue line instead of taking useless shots on low chance opportunities that are likely going to be blocked. Take the puck, survey, the ice in front of you, and sauce a pass for a better scoring chance. That's what JBD does here. An incredible pass that tie things up for Ottawa, 2-2. And then after that, Ottawa and Columbus, they frankly could have scored multiple goals in the last 5 minutes, but Merzlikins and Forsberg were standing on their heads. We go to overtime. Ottawa would get a power play with literally 2 minutes exactly left in overtime, and Merzlikins and Columbus, I don't know how they did it. I do not know. They somehow kept the puck out multiple times. They would kill off the penalty as we go to a shootout. And what's really interesting about this is the third time in 4 games Ottawa is going to an extra frame. Obviously, those 2 other times that they won those in overtime. Let's see if they can win this one in the shootout, though. So we go to the shootout, and things looking good early on for Ottawa. Stützle would give Ottawa the 1-0 lead in the first round of the shootout. Batherson would not score. Texier would score for Columbus. They tied at 1 going to round 3. Marchenko would be stopped by Forsberg. And Claude Giroux. Oh, baby, Claude Giroux. I love Claude Giroux so much. I don't know if he's taking some lessons from Really Greg. I don't know if Really Greg's taking some lessons from Claude Giroux. Remember, Giroux did this against San Jose last year. But Claude Giroux, what a rock star moment. He hammers it with a slap shot as their Sens win in the shootout 3-2 over the Columbus Blue Jackets as Claude Giroux fires the cannon in Columbus. A slap shot goal with authority. What a goal. Electric Factory from G-Money. His second goal of the game, I suppose, as Ottawa wins back-to-back as they win 3-2 in the shootout. Yeah, I guess it's not great for the tank. I don't give a damn, though. When Claude Giroux slaps home a slap shot shootout winner, you appreciate that every single time. What a moment there for Claude Giroux and the Ottawa Senators in a lost season. Moments like this helps ease the pain. What an incredible moment. And Sens Twitter in general, hockey Twitter, lost it. This goal is going viral right now on Twitter, and for good reason, because Claude Giroux, that was so sick, and I wonder what I wonder what Toronto fans have to say about that. Was that disrespectful? Did that break an unwritten rule? Let me know down below, Leaf fans. I know you're watching this, but yeah, huge back-to-back wins. And I got to give a shout out to Anton Forsberg. He was unbelievable today. Had a 946 save percentage, faced 37 shots, stopped 35 of them, including 2 stops in the shootout as well on 3 opportunities. He was fantastic. Easily one of his best games of the year. Another standout to me is Boris Kachuk. Obviously got that assist. Had another hit today as well. Claude Giroux, another standout for me, easily just under 23 minutes of ice time with a goal, 3 shots on goal, and the shootout winner. Overall, though, I mean, Jake Sanderson, just under 26 minutes of ice time. I mean, what a game for him. 2 blocks. 1 shot on goal. He's just a workhorse, and I really hope you don't run him to the ground like we did with Thomas Chabot, but I think he's able to handle it right now. I'm just concerned if that's going to be the norm for him in the future. That will affect him in a negative way. So that's been the case for the last few games. Sanderson's playing nearly 30 minutes a night. I get it. Ottawa is depleted on the blue line, but obviously you can't have that trend continuing on for the next few years. That's going to hurt him quite a bit. But Sanderson clearly is such an elite defenseman. He can handle it, but I want him to excel, not just survive. I want him to thrive, right? So, good game there for Sanderson overall. But yeah, if those minutes can be cut down just by a little bit, that would be great. Jacob Bernard-Docker, 4 blocks tonight and an assist, of course, as well. And the last thing I want to mention is Eric Brandstrom, who again had a block tonight. This guy has been averaging over a block a game. Easily one of the most underrated stats of the year for a single player is Eric Brandstrom and his blocks. He's been doing it every single game. Also an assist tonight and a shot on goal. So a solid game for him. As Ottawa will take down Columbus. Speaking of Columbus, I want to give a little bit of a tap of the cap to Elvis Merzlikins, who, Elvis did leave the building thanks to Claude Giroux. But Merzlikins, 34 for 36, 944 save percentage. Fantastic game. Only reason Columbus was leading at a point in this game and got a point out of this game is their goaltender for sure. Now, besides that, we'll wrap it up with this. We're going to do the tankathon as we always do. All right, so we got it set up here. You can see it on your screen now. Let's jump into it. So last video, the first draw, of course, was against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won the lottery and Ottawa came second. And then I noticed just today that the last roll we did had Columbus coming first and Ottawa second. So, you know what? Maybe we get some luck like that again. Let's see what happens. First draw. Oh my God, that's crazy. What are the odds of that? Columbus wins and Ottawa comes second. The last draw I did in the last video, that was the exact roll. Columbus winning it, Ottawa second. And then the first, Columbus wins it and Ottawa comes second. It is absolutely insane that back-to-back videos, the losing team in extra time to Ottawa has won the draft lottery in this simulation, and then Ottawa's come second. That is, I don't know what the odds are on that, but they are like 1 in a trillion or so. That is insane. All right, second roll. Oh! Bang, bang, bang. Let's go. Sens win the draft lottery. We're slacking for Macklin, baby. And we always do 3, so we'll do 1 more. And we get second. Hey, 2 in the second slot and 1 in the first slot. We will take that. That is a hell of a spin for Sens talk for the Ottawa Senators. Wow, I cannot believe that. That was a crazy spin, and I love doing that, especially since Ottawa is very much out of the playoffs. That just adds a bit of excitement to the video. So yeah, besides that, thank you all for watching. I appreciate your support, and I will see you all very, very soon for the next Sens game. We'll see you all soon. Go Sens, go.